Okay, now when you're gonna do the bare metal process here, always remember safety. So always wear your gloves and your glasses because this is an acid and you don't want to get that in your eyes. So gloves, glasses. So what we do is that's a two-step process. We use the SX579. This is mixed 1 part this, 2 parts of water. And then you just squirt the surface. And the key to this process is never let it dry. You always want to keep it wet at all times. Now what's going on here as you're scrubbing this, it's cleaning the surface rust off, but the acids in the 579 are actually etching into the metal surface. So what you're creating is these crystals that when you put a sealer, an epoxy sealer on top of that, it gives you a great adhesion, between the epoxy and the bare metal. Now the next big trick is most of us always just grab the hose and rinse it with cold water. And you'll notice when you rinse it with cold water, a lot of times it turns kind of the orange color, which you think is rust. But the trick is to actually rinse it with warm water. If you use warm water, then you don't get that rust color. A lot of you guys are thinking, how do I do a complete car doing this? The trick is just break it down. If you're gonna do a top, start at the roof, just mask all the car off, only leaving the roof exposed, then attack the roof. Take it to this process, go through this full process and then you're done. The next step is the SX520. And what this does is this leaves a zinc phosphate coating on top. And this is just used straight out of the bottle. You don't have to cut it with water or anything. This is always the scary part, is rinsing it with water. But you have to, because that's what neutralizes it and cleans that surface. Because if you let that stuff dry, it leaves a sludge. And then nothing will stick. It'll peel right off of that sludge. So now this panel is prepped, and now if you were to look at this under a microscope, you'd see that crystallized coating on top, which is going to be the zinc phosphate because we finished it off with the 520. This is the best process to use on bare metal, because now when you put an epoxy sealer over top of this and then begin your body working process, you've created a great corrosion barrier. Now you know that anything that you put on top will stick. It's not gonna peel from the bare metal. One thing to keep in mind is that bare metal starts to oxidize within a half hour at 50% humidity. So by doing the two-step process with the bare metal etch, you're putting on a zinc phosphate coating. So this panel is no longer bare metal. There's actual coating on it protecting it from the moisture that's in the air.